Okay, this is Benjamin with Benjamin's Exotics, and today, basically the whole reptile room, if you want to call it that, just where my snakes or most of my reptiles are being kept, is going through a little bit of a overhaul change, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't look the best right now, but I was just cleaning out some cages and I had some animals out, so I wanted to just see and show you a little bit of what's going on. So, first of all, we have this. I will be building soon with these 42 quart Sterilite tubs I got. That's not one, the biggest one on the bottom. I'm going to be building a snake rack soon, like you pull out the drawers, because, when it gets to the point where you have a bunch of adult snakes, it's just not reasonable. I'm going to be getting a bunch of adult snakes soon, and it's just not reasonable to keep them all in cages. While cages look nice and they do work, rack systems are much more space efficient, because as you can see, this is the space I need to house 4 adult snakes and 4 sub-adult to baby snakes, which would be 10 gallon there, 10 gallon there, 10 gallon, and then 20 gallons all the way down, right? So, I'll go ahead and just show you what these guys look like. They're not in here right now because I had them out for cleaning, but this is I think this is a Mojave. Kind of got her from a pet store, so she's either a Mojave or just a really dark Mojave. Maybe there's another gene going on, I don't know. We'll have to breed her and see what happens, but I'll show you in a minute. I think you'll see what I mean. This guy is my first ever snake I got. He is an adult male ball python. I didn't pull him out right now because he ate the other day. All these water bowls too are going to get filled up in a little bit. So if some of them look a little bit dry, they still have some water in them, but they just have to get filled out. And you can see all these wires going through for heat lamps to different cages. And then in here we had a, what is this? Pastel 66% chance to be het for lavender albino. Sorry, the cage is dark, can't really light it up. And in there we had an adult spider ball python. That's probably a little bit too big of a cage. Well, not too big of a cage for them. Let me say this: these 2 snakes need to get moved out of a 10-gallon tank. They need to be in something that's about the size of a 20-gallon tank. So that's why I'm building my new snake rack, because I'm also soon going to see if I can get some lessers and a few clown stuff, maybe some pinstripe, head clown, whatever I can find. Basically, because I really like the clown stuff. I'm looking at it for a long time, and I do have the extra cash reserves now to start investing a little bit into something like that. But basically, you can tell the heat's gone up in here. When I woke up this morning, it was almost 80 degrees. It's gone down a little bit because I have the doors open to air it out, but it's about 75 degrees right now due to all these heat going on, and then any heat that's getting let in through the windows. It's not very hot outside. It's actually colder, way colder than it is in here. But so I'll go ahead and I'll show you some of those snakes real quick. As you can see, I hope the lighting's not too bad. That is an adult normal male. He's real nice. He eats probably... he goes on and off. He went 8 months one time without eating, but he eats about, if I had to say consistently, he probably eats about every 1 to 2 weeks per year. He'll go and he'll eat, 2 rats per week for 3 months, and then he'll go off feed for 3 months, and then he'll go back on, and so it's kind of an on and off with him. But he's right now eating. He's doing pretty well. Like I said, he ate yesterday. So I'll go ahead and I'll show you some of the other snakes, and then I'll show you some geckos, mealworms, maybe. Oh, also, so we got a bunch of cages here for housing. Then if you go over here, kind of ignore the mess. Sorry, I'm going through a bunch of different stuff. We've got, what do we have? I'm missing a tank. I don't know where it went, but there's a leopard gecko tank right there. We have a tank for a just ball python. These are just random tanks that have lids or don't have lids. It's really messy right now. But besides that, I had another tank. I don't know where I put it, but basically I've got like, I think 8-10 gallons and like 40 or 4 20 gallons. But I'll show you some of the animals without going through some of that. So that's just what's going on with the room, and then I'll show you the leopard gecko. She's doing okay. It's getting a little bit colder. You're not really supposed to use heat lamps on them too much, but the heat pad wasn't doing enough, I didn't think. And as you can see, she's out basking. She got a little bit of stuck shed on her toes, so I'll have to get that off later. But I have the food bowl out, and that's supposed to be a water bowl, but those are both out right now because we're cleaning. But I'll show you some of the snakes. They do not live in here, of course. These are their cages over here, these tanks. But this is just where I'm housing them right now. So in this first guy, this is a wow, the light is not great. This is a male spider ball python. He's probably about 1,200 to 1,400 grams. So he's definitely ready to breed. He's about 3.5 years old. I think he was from 2014. I think November. Wait, no, maybe it was 13. I don't know. I'd have to check. But he's about no, yeah, I think it was probably 14. He's about 3.5 years old. I have all my dates written down when they were born and stuff like that. But he's really a picky eater. I'm really hoping to take him and move him into one of these tubs soon because I want to start getting him to eat some more and see if we can get some more food into him for breeding, which will be coming up because I don't want him underweight when we do that. He hasn't eaten probably 3 or 4 months, but when he does eat, oh my gosh, he was one of the best eaters as a baby that I've ever seen. He would take every single rat. First day we got him. Normally when you move a new snake into a new cage, it won't eat the first time. We got him first day, literally put him in a new cage, threw a baby fuzzy rat in there, boom, he took it. So he was a really good eater back when he was a baby. He's not as good now, but he's a male, so he's a little bit finicky. This is if she starts eating in the next month or two, she will be ready to breed by the end of 2018, or she will be. Let me say that differently. She will have the ability to breed. She will be at sexual maturity. She would be able to reproduce at the end of 2018. So this girl's really nice in terms of color. She's not reacting as well. Her scales are getting a little bit dried out from her new enclosure. She used to be in a solid top screen, so I'm hoping probably to move her into the new rack I'm going to be building soon as well, just because I want to get her feeding. But as you can see, she's a decent length, but she hasn't eaten in probably I'm going to say about 2 months, coming up on 2 months, so that's a problem. But she's pretty skinny, so hopefully we can get her in a tub soon, get the temperature, humidity, everything bang on so she can start going back on food. But she's probably about 3 feet. She is probably longer than that spider male, and she is about 1,200 grams. So if I was ever going to breed her, she would have to be. I like to do them at 1,700. Some people say 1,500. I think that's a little bit too small. You can do it at 1,500, but I think 1,700 you have a better chance of survival rate of not only eggs but the adult, because you don't want your adult snakes dying. And then this is one of my favorite snakes right now. Besides my big normal that I first got, this is probably one of my favorite snakes. This is the one I'm a little bit iffy on if it's a Mojave or not. She was in the last video, but dang, she's like 1,400 grams, almost 1,500. She's got a nice thick body weight. She eats 1 to 2 rats a week. Whenever I put a rat in there, I literally have to. This animal would probably literally eat itself to death because she would eat a rat every single time I put her in there, or I put a rat in there. But she's really nice. I kind of like how she's got like the broken stripe on the neck, and then it gets more as a stripe as it develops, and then down the back you have almost 2 huge stripes that are just completely, except for that little break right there. But she's real cool. As I said, these animals will be moved into tubs. If I put them into tubs, like this animal's eating fine, right? If I put her into a tub and she continues eating fine, we'll leave her in a tub. But if we do put her in a tub and she stops eating, we'll pull her out of that. Because I need these snakes to be eating, because the first 2 to 3 years of their life is when they're going to grow the most. Normally the first year, you could say, but 2 to 3 years for females. Males, because I like to get my snakes as big as possible, and my adult male is about 4.5 feet. So I guess whatever I'm doing is working. He's pretty big for a male, I think. But that's basically what's going on right now. Hopefully we're going to be getting some, like I said, some lesser stuff, some clowns, whatever. Come on, go in. Some lesser and clown stuff. Oh crap. Well, she's getting trying to put her head out of there. So thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you guys later.